I'll say that today, greatness celebrates an awesome person. 1759 celebrates 1957. Why? 1759 is Guinness, that is greatness. 1957, in the month of April, a great man, was born on this earth. He is the Agbogbo Mafia of the Asogli States since October 2003. And currently, he is the president of the National House of Chiefs of Ghana since 2003. He founded the Strategic African Securities Limited and serves as its chief executive officer. He was a lecturer at the Business School, University of Ghana, and executive director of Data Bank Financial Services Limited. Among his major professional accomplishments, he co-founded Data Bank Financial Services Limited and founded Strategic Initiatives Limited and SAS Investments Management Limited, amongst others. He is an investment banker with experience spanning over 20 years. He is the founder and promoter of the most famous African World Airlines, Ghana's largest domestic regional airline. He serves as the chairman of Strategic Initiatives Limited in Accra. He has been a director and pioneer of Kitchenware Ghana Limited, alternatively Pioneer Kitchenware Limited, since January 2002. And in April 2009 until June 26, 2013, he served as the director of National Theatre of Ghana, Accra. And of course, the glorious Accra House of Coke. He is the board chairman. SA Investment Limited and Strategic Initiatives, he has been a non-executive director of AluWorks since February 2002. He's currently a member and president of Economic Advisory Council. This rare character holds an MBA in finance from Yale University in the United States of America and a Bachelor of Science Administration Accounting option degree from the University of Ghana. In 2018, he won the Emmy Awards as the Man of the Year 2018. And Johnny Walker celebrated him with a personal bottle of the iconic Johnny Walker Blue Label, meaning he's a rare character, an epitome of true progress. If I have to go on his achievements and accolades will not end. So distinguished execs of Guinness Ghana Breweries PLC, distinguished distributors, my colleagues, kindly permit me with a standing ovation. Please, on your feet for me. And let's do it to officially welcome and introduce the owner of the land of Asogli State, Agbogbo Mafia, Togbe Afede the 14th, to this August house.
CEO of Guinness Ghana Management, key distributors, and others who have joined us here this evening. It's indeed a great honor for me to be with you. Let me start by congratulating Guinness for this annual program, which I understand is one that is intended to bring all distributors together so we could take stock, review what we have achieved in the past, and possibly chart, the course forward. We also do that in Asogli. Our Yam Festival, annual Yam Festival, serves the same purpose. We come together take stock, and plan for the future. I think it's something that every organization must do. And I want to commend the Guinness management for instituting this annual program. And also to thank them for bringing this year's program to the beautiful little city of Ho. But as the saying goes, altruism is the best form of egoism. The sacrifice I've made by coming here is paying, because tomorrow I'll be having an important meeting that I would not have had otherwise. So staying to be here has become very beneficial. So selflessness is the best form of selfishness. I think the starting point, if you want to succeed in any endeavor, is to understand the endeavor or the business you are in. To understand the business you are in. So the question is, as key distributors, what is our business? What business are we in? That's the starting point. Knowing what you are into is about the most important thing to start with. Before a bottle of beer becomes drink in somebody's glass, it must have passed through many hands, from the factory or the brewery, through the distributing track of the brewer, down to the wholesaler or the distributor in his warehouse, then maybe by some other track to the retailer, eventually to the final seller, maybe a restaurant or a bar, to a refrigerator maybe, and then into a glass. Okay, that is the course that a typical beer that we all enjoy would have passed. And the question is, where are we as distributors? What business are we in? So the beer comes from, wherever Kumasi or Accra, and gets to our warehouse. Somebody will say we are warehouse keepers. Somebody will say we are sellers. Because we move the product. What does it take to move the product? Somehow, some people must love the product. They must want it. I want to look at it like something bigger than just wholesaling or selling. And I want to look at it like we are in the business of brand building. As distributors, you are a very important factor in getting the product accepted by consumers. So effectively, you are part of the brand building process. So the first thing is to know your product. After you've identified the business you're in, know your product. Product knowledge is quite deep. If you give me various beers to drink, I can't tell which is which. But those who know the product, by testing, can tell that this is this and that is that. Distributors must know their product, even beyond that. Okay? So you know the various brands that you are trying to develop. After you've known those, you have to know also the various players in the brand or in that business. So you must know Guinness. You must know the company Guinness. That's your supplier. Is that right? So you must know Guinness, your supplier, and therefore know what Guinness vision is. But in the context of this meeting, the question for us should be, what is Guinness's plans for the next 1 year, for the next couple of years? And what does Guinness expect of us as distributors? And until you know what Guinness expects of you in the context of their plans, you cannot be an effective distributor. You can't embark on a road to success. So always know your business and therefore know your product. But it doesn't end there. We talk about brand building. Brand building targets who? The consumer. So you must know your consumer. And therefore what the consumer desires. Of course, as distributors, we deal with various types of customers. And my imagination tells me that some of your customers, maybe you may call them retail partners, who may come and buy directly from you, okay? And go and retail. Then there are others that you all supply to. The hotels, the restaurants, the pubs, and etc. So I think that you must be able to categorize, your customers along those lines. One that makes it easy for you to appreciate and manage. So from my simple perspective, you have these retail partners going to buy from you, and you also have the hotels, the restaurants, etc. The retail partners come to buy from you and may be selling in cartons. But the hotels, the bars, they'll sell in bottles and what have you, or maybe glasses when it's draft beer. So you need to know all of those people. Then you are really beginning to know your business. You are in brand development. What brand? These brands, these particular products. What are the product attributes? You've mastered those. Who supplies to you? Guinness. You know their plans, expectations. Now you go down to your customers. You've been able to break them down to the various categories, and you know how to reach them. You know their needs. Once you've looked at all this, you've come to understand your business. I think that is the initial starting point. Know your business, where you are, know the product, and know the players, in particular, your supplier, and the people you also supply to. That, I think, is the starting point. And I'm saying the next thing is to plan. But before you plan, goals. I am a particularly very ambitious person. Anything I do, I want to be the best. Okay? So I expect that as distributors, you all want to compete to be the best. Of course, you all cannot be the best. But the fact that you've committed yourself to be the best itself assures that you can end up to be among the best. So everybody should aspire to be the best. So ambition, for me, is very important for success. That desire for excellence is very, very important. We must not accept where we are. We must not accept mediocrity. Okay? When we set out to set up Africa World Airlines, that was the objective. The name we gave the company, which I gave the company, defined where we wanted to the company. Africa. That's Africa focus. World. Linking Africa to the world. Okay? And of course, our desire, no matter how overly ambitious it is or it may sound, we take pride in the desire to become the biggest airline in Africa. So our limited success derived a lot from that desire for excellence, that desire to be outstanding, okay, that desire for preeminence in the industry, okay. The same objective help us in the power business that we set up. Again, a desire to be among the best, one of the best. At a meeting today, Afede Power was praised for its efficiency, its reliability, indeed the most reliable in the energy sector. So what I'm saying is that it's important to always aspire to be among the best. Okay. When you taste success, you want to continue to enjoy it. You see, success is sweet.